You know what is an issue for YouTubers? Probably getting a billion notifications when you're filming a video. That doesn't happen to me because I don't have a billion people to send me messages. Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and this is my channel where I talk about things that whatever I want to talk about. It's my channel, I can do whatever I want. So this video is going to be about my Ouija board experiences. Some people call it a Ouija, some people call it Ouija. I call it Ouija, so that's what I'm going to be calling it throughout the whole video. Don't correct me, because this is how I want to pronounce it. Now, if you don't know what a Ouija board is, it's a board that lets you communicate with spirits, ghosts, demons, and you can ask it questions about itself. You can ask questions about how it died, why it's here, how old they are. You can also ask questions about you, about your life. Maybe you want to know who your soulmate is. Maybe you want to know when the day you die. Don't know why you want to know that, but okay. This game is sold like at stores, in like Target, next to Monopoly, next to Sorry, there's Ouija board. Do I believe in the Ouija board? A little bit. I believe in spirits and the paranormal and psychics and mediums if there's enough proof out there. I've watched ghost hunters when I was little and I just really enjoyed the paranormal kind of stuff. Now what I don't believe about it is that asking the questions about yourself, about your future, because the spirit that you may be talking to is using your energy, and if you ask it questions about like when am I going to die, it may not give you a straight up answer or the answer that is real. It may just give you an answer that you want to hear or that it may know about you or something like that because it's using your energy. But the other thing about Ouija boards that I do believe in is that a spirit is using the board to talk to you and it wants to talk to you. But sometimes it may want to get out of the board and be free. This is why I think Ouija boards are very dangerous and you should not be using them. But of course curiosity is at hand and you kind of want to use it, so go ahead, but be careful. Make sure you do it in an environment that you're closed, you're with friends, you're with a group of people, and that you don't ask it a lot of questions that may have it interact with the things around you. So the reason that you're here right now is probably so you can hear about my experiences with the Ouija board. I've played with the Ouija board before multiple times in my life, and the last time I played it was the last time I will ever play it because of what happened. Here are my two top experiences with playing the Ouija board. My first and my last. So the first time I ever played with the Ouija board was back when I went to camp. When I was maybe 14 years old, 13 or 14, I was in the traveling part of my camp. At this particular time, we went to Maine, upstate Maine. We went to this campsite where families and other camps can come and stay at this one central camp, and we could do camp-like activities like go hiking, climb up mountains, do whitewater rafting, rock climbing, anything in that area. At night, we stayed in these like tent cabins, and it was me and 7 other girls. This one girl that I was with said that she brought a Ouija board. After the counselors say goodnight to you, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to go to sleep. It's not like it's mandatory for you to sleep. We had the tent to ourselves, and my friend got out the Ouija board. Some girls were like, we're just gonna sit on the side and watch, but me and at least 4 other people decided to actually play, like put our hands on the piece and play. Now at first we weren't really getting anything. We started moving it around ourselves to get used to it, maybe something will come along, and then eventually some spirit came and started moving the piece very slowly. Of course we all were like, oh, you're moving it, oh, you're moving it, you're the jokester here, you're moving it, and we all accused each other, but eventually we all realized that none of us were actually moving it ourselves, and the piece was moving it on its own using our energy. We started asking it questions, it started giving us answers that we didn't have the answers to, it did, and then we realized that this ghost didn't really want to keep talking to us, so it got a little pissed off. It started becoming frustrated, it wasn't giving us straight answers, and we were kind of not scared of it, but we were just like, oh, this ghost is kind of getting mad. Right before we were about to hit goodbye, which is on the bottom of the board, that allows you to end the session so that no other ghosts can or spirits can move the piece and everybody has their hands off and everything is fine. This spirit decided to take the piece and trying to push it off the board. This is when I learned that if the piece goes off the board, this ghost can get out. And my friend who owns the board literally took it and flipped it over because that means that we're done, don't move it, this is it. We're happy that it didn't get out of the board, for what I know of. We all relaxed, we were calm, we freaked out, but then we were like, let's see what happens when we play again. So we flipped it over, and we put our hands on it, and we asked who was here. And then the piece moved up to the top of the board by the word Ouija, and it started going back and forth, back and forth. I don't know what this means, and I didn't know at the time what it meant, and I still don't really know what it means, but supposedly Ouija has come to save the day. The spirit that the board is named after is named Ouija, and I picture her as a woman. She is the protector of the board. If something goes wrong, if something goes awry, if anything were bad to happen, she is there to stop it and protect the people who are playing the board. My friend says, wait a minute, is this Ouija? And it goes over to yes. We were like, are you here to protect us? And she said yes. And we're like, is someone in trouble? Like, is someone in harm's way? And she said yes. And we were like, oh, was that spirit going to do something if we set it free? And she said yes. And we said, who are you protecting? And I kid you not, the board spelled Alyssa. That me. I'm Alyssa. That's my name. Supposedly, if this spirit got out, it was going to attack me or do something bad to me. Why? I don't know. This is my first time playing it. I don't know, maybe that's why. Maybe I was the weakest. Maybe I was the weakest link and they had to get rid of me. I have no idea. And then I could not sleep for the rest of the night, and whatever activity we did the next day, I was exhausted from. So that was my first encounter with the Ouija board. And this is my experience with the last time. One day, my junior year of high school, I was over at my friend's house with two of my other friends, and we were, talking about paranormal and spirits and ghosts, the normal things that people talk about. And I mentioned the Ouija board, and the three of them said they've never played it before, and we said, hey, let's make one so we can play it. So I couldn't draw, but my friend who's an artist took the liberty of taking a piece of paper, looking up an image, and drawing the Ouija board on there. Then we just used the bottle cap from a water bottle to be the little piece that moves around. So at first nothing happened. We started moving it around, asking questions, but nothing was going on. And then all of a sudden we got a spirit that came along. And again, we had that speculation, who's moving it, who's doing it, because it was just moving a little bit, and of course, none of us were actually moving it. The spirit, supposedly, I'm not saying yes or no, I'm not accepting it, I'm not denying it, was my father. My father passed away when I was 11, so that was around already 10 to 11 years ago. This is the part where that's where I kind of doubt the Ouija board's powers of telling the future, because I would ask my father questions about my father and about myself and about my family, and it would give me answers that I already knew the answer to. But when I called up my mom to be like, hey mom, talk to my dad on the Ouija board, she asked a question that I didn't know the answer to, and then the Ouija board didn't have an answer for it. So at this point, we've been playing the Ouija board for a few hours, and it might not have been a few hours, but it felt like it. And my friends were kind of bored, like having their finger on there, so they all took it off. But because I was still using it and I still wanted to use it, I was the only one with my finger on the bottle cap. The bottle cap. That was awkward. So it was still moving pretty fast with just me. I kid you not, when we finished the session, my finger was cold, numb, and purple. Now this is the part that made me stop using the Ouija board forever. The next day was my sister's dance recital, and we had to get up a little bit earlier than usual on a Saturday morning. I went to take a shower in my mom's bathroom like I usually do, and while I'm in the shower, I got very dizzy. So I decided to sit down, refocus myself, and try to see why I was dizzy. And then my mom walked in because she wanted to really check on me because I was taking a little bit longer than I should have in the shower because we had to be somewhere. And she saw me sitting on the floor in the shower. And if you're kind of weirded out that my mother's looking at me naked, if you've never had your mother look at you naked, what's wrong with you and your family? A little bit weird. So she's like, why are you sitting on the floor? And I said I felt dizzy, I didn't feel good. And she said, okay, do you feel good now? And I said, yeah, I'm okay. So I stood back up and she left the room. Then I started getting dizzy and my eyes started flickering. So my mom came back in to check on me one more time. From what she was saying and what I remember in my head, I was trying to turn off the faucet and I couldn't see anything. So then I finally found the faucet, I turned the faucet off, and then I opened the door because we have glass doors, it's not like a curtain, and I kid you not, I went black. And then apparently I fell naked on my mother. I woke up facing up to the ceiling on the floor with my mom trying to wake me up. I fainted and all I could hear was static. And I didn't know I fainted, and I was gone, and I was out for like a minute, pretty much. And then I started thinking about what I did the day before. I was using a lot of my energy to talk to the Ouija board, and I think I used so much that it caused me to lose energy. And I guess this night of sleep that I kind of lacked had, because I was kind of afraid of the Ouija board, and I didn't want to go to sleep, kind of caused me to faint. Those are my Ouija board experiences. If you ever wish to play the Ouija board, go ahead and try it, but remember to be cautious, remember to do it with friends, and remember not to really do crazy stuff with it. You're awesome, I'm awesome, and thank you for watching this video, and if you want to, you can hit subscribe to find out when I post videos on this channel. You can also follow me on all my social media sites, the links are in the description below. If you've had any paranormal / Ouija board experiences, make sure to maybe comment below. Also, like if you felt bad for me for fainting. It was really bad. And I'll see you guys around, okay? Bye. Hey guys, it's Alyssa, and another video is here! I was gonna do another intro for something else that I do, but that's not how it goes.